If you're anything like me, you love to support a small, slow fashion brand, but you also love a little bit of a discount, especially at this time of year. That's why today I thought I would do a roundup of all of my favorite small, slow fashion brands that are currently participating in Black Friday, offering some really good discounts across the board. And I'll also show you some favorite items that I have on my Black Friday wish list too. One of the problems with Black Friday, apart from the obvious overconsumption one, is that many of these small fashion brands just can't compete with the big fast fashion giants. Their margins are smaller, their potential list of shoppers is shorter, and so they can't hit you with these incredible 30, 40, 50% off codes. But I think at this time of year, more than ever, it is so important to put our money where our mouth is. And if we want these small fashion brands to thrive, if we want them to still be around in 5 years' time, if we want more people to shop small, we need to support them, especially when they are offering a discount, which is much harder for them to do compared to the fast fashion brands. Now, of course, I'm not suggesting you just go out and buy something purely for the sake of supporting these brands, but if you do have something on your wish list, or if you have a wardrobe gap you are looking to fill this Black Friday season, then definitely check out these small brands first, rather than just going to the more obvious fast fashion giants. In no particular order, let's start with brand number one, and this is actually a recent discovery to me. They are called March Hair, and they're a fine watch brand making some really gorgeous timeless watches, very petite, dainty watches. If you are petite and small and struggle with finding a watch that doesn't overwhelm your wrist, I would definitely have a look at some of their styles, especially this one here, this really thin, dainty watch style. Beautifully done. It comes in a gold-plated or stainless steel version, and it comes in a variety of different coloured leather straps. And the fun thing is you can change out the straps, and you don't even have to have a tool to do it. Apparently you can just click them on and off, making it really easy to switch up the colour depending on the bag you're wearing, or maybe the belt you're wearing if you want to match your leather colours. I really love these. I'm actually tempted to get one myself. They do this really cool wrap watch strap as well, which I think is really unique, really interesting. It looks very high end. It looks a lot more expensive than it is. These are fairly affordable for watches, definitely in the mid-range price category, coming in at around $200 to $300, but they are offering 25% off everything on their site for Black Friday. So an excellent time to make a purchase if a watch was on your wardrobe wish list for 2025. Second brand on the list is a brand I have spoken about a few times in the past. I've never made a purchase, but that did change this morning. I did take advantage of their 30% off for Black Friday to buy this jumper that has been on my wish list. It must have been since January, the start of the year when this first released. There's something about this jumper, I don't know what it is, as soon as I saw it, it instantly spoke to me. It comes in a few different colours. There's the blue one, which is the one I went for. There's a grey, there's a purple, lilac, and a red, I think. All beautiful. It's 100% merino wool, and I don't know why, I just really love the motif, the floral motif on this. It looks really cozy and comfortable and oversized as well. And this one, when I saw it was 30% off for Black Friday, I finally bit the bullet on it. As I said, it's sat on my wish list now for about a year, and it was just priced a little bit too high for me to feel comfortable buying it. But I thought with 30% off, it was the perfect way to get the jumper I wanted and also support this small fashion brand from Australia. The brand is Levan. I have spoken about them a few times. They make some really gorgeous dresses. I feel like they specialize predominantly in dresses, but they do have knitwear, they do have skirts and tops as well. Definitely one to check out if you have quite a floral boho style. Really beautiful, very Australian inspired as well, but with a little bit of a twist. I find a lot of Australian brands tend to lean very minimal, like Dish, that kind of vibe, whereas they're definitely more floral, more intricate and beautiful, and I love the feminine designs they do. So 30% off selected lines at Levan. Moving over to jewellery next, and this one is not for the faint-hearted, I'll be honest, this brand is quite expensive, but I wanted to mention them because if you do have your eye on any fine jewellery, this is a great time to make a purchase. These prices are obviously not cheap. This is solid gold, diamonds, mostly lab diamonds, but even still, they are expensive. That's Kin Studio. They have 15% off everything. I've had so many items from Kin Studio on my wish list for so long now, and they are just a little bit out of my price range, to be honest. It's kind of thing that I try and treat myself to one piece of fine jewellery each year. I've been really into bracelets this year, so I've been looking at some of their beautiful tennis bracelets and other gold bracelets as well, but they do some beautiful earrings. They have these pearl and diamond earrings that I would die for if I could afford them, but 15% off is no small feat at these price points. So if you are looking to treat yourself to a piece of fine jewellery, maybe you have a big birthday coming up, or you just want to treat yourself for getting through this year, then I would highly recommend looking at some of their designs. They are so gorgeous. If you're after a mid-range bag this season and you want to support a small brand, might I suggest Mason & Co. They have 25% off. I do believe that my discount code also works on top of the sale, which would get you an additional 5% off. So we're coming out at almost 30% off with the discount code included. Definitely not a discount to sniff at. I really recommend their bags. They've done a rebrand in the last year or so they've updated their name, their logo, and some of their styles, but they are equally beautiful as they were before. They have only improved on the design. I think they've kind of tweaked some of the features to make the bags more functional while still being gorgeous to look at. And I love I can't remember the name of it, but the little almost crescent shaped bag with the handheld top handle is so beautiful. They also come in so many different colours. One of their specialities is the number of colours that you can pick from. They've got burgundies, they've got pinks, they've got greens, blues, reds, browns, blacks, whites, all the classic neutrals. But yes, I would highly recommend, and at almost 30% off, definitely a good deal for this Black Friday. Let's go back to some clothing brands now. The Curated classic, one I always talk about when it comes to sale season. If you're looking to invest in a coat, cashmere merino wool coat, then the Curated has you sorted. They have, I believe, 25% off selected lines. It isn't everything on their website, I'll be honest, but they do have a good amount of knitwear and coats, and I think bags as well in the sale. So definitely want to check out if you're looking to update your outerwear collection. I know a wool cashmere coat is a big investment. It's a lot of money to put up front, so getting 25% off, especially at this time of year when you really do need a wool coat, is a really great deal, and I highly recommend the Curated for their quality. I think you honestly can't really beat them when it comes to wool coats. They do some of the best quality on the market at a more reasonable, still expensive, but more reasonable price point. They are female founded, they are a small slow fashion brand as well, so they get a big tick in that box as well. Another clothing brand that has a 20% off at the moment is Rose Paris. Again, it isn't everything, it's selected lines, but if you go on their website, you'll be able to see which items are included, and they have some really nice knitwear in there. They have a really beautiful chocolate brown barn jacket. Oh, if I needed a barn jacket, I don't. If I did, that one would be on my wish list. Yeah, some really just high quality merino wool Parisian style knitwear at 20% off. And I now believe that they've updated their T's and C's so that all of the duties and taxes, etc., are included in the price point if you are ordering outside of France or the EU. So that makes it a little bit easier as well to order from them. I should mention most of these brands, I will put the details in the description box, but the majority of these brands do that as well. I know Levan, even though they are an Australian brand, if you are buying from the US, I think the US, the EU, or the UK, then you get all of that included in the final price point. And I think same with Mason & Co as well. I think the only one that I noticed you have to pay taxes on top of is the first brand, the watch brand March Hare. I noticed when I tried to order a watch, it did add a taxes and duties fee to my order, which was quite substantial, but at least you are getting the discount, the Black Friday discount, to kind of minimize the effect of that. So still a good time to purchase. Next up is a brand that is very well known for their shoes, and their shoes are really fantastic from what I've heard, but I personally really love them for their clothing as well, and that's Loeffler Randall. They have up to 40% off selected lines. They have some really adorable jackets and knitwear, and of course shoes as well in their collection. Definitely one worth checking out, especially if you're in the US, because I do think it's a little bit harder to order from outside of the US. But if you are in the US, I would highly recommend. I feel like they have such a unique style, a style that is incomparable to any other brand I've seen. It's very distinctively them, and I absolutely love it. The big collars, the frills, the fun colours. Looks really high quality, mostly natural fibres also. Let's briefly talk about homeware. It's not something I cover a huge amount on this channel, but because I do sit in my bedroom to film these videos, I do occasionally get questions about my gingham bedding. I know a lot of you really love my gingham bedding. I have it in it's like a berry burgundy colour. I bought this on Black Friday. I bought it either 2 or 3, I think it was 3 years ago now, 2022. Or was it 2023? I can't remember. Either way, it is quite expensive bedding. It's 100% linen, beautiful quality. I've washed this obviously about once a week since I bought it 2 or 3 years ago, and it's still holding up really well. And Piglet in Bed currently have 25% off everything. You can buy them in sets and bundles as well. If you buy like the duvet cover, the pillows, the sheet all together, it's a little bit cheaper also. So you can get a really good deal at this time of year, and bedding is the sort of thing I would 100% wait until Black Friday to purchase, because who wants to buy bedding full price? No one really. But when you get it 25% off and it's this cute, I would highly recommend. They have stripes, they have they have cotton as well if you don't like linen, but I would highly recommend the linen. It's really comfortable all year round. Another kind of homeware / clothing brand is Tartan Blanket Company. Again, one I talk about quite regularly, especially when it comes to Black Friday. They always do some really good sales. They do homeware, so they do like blankets and cushions. They also do pajamas. They do a little bit of clothing. My dressing gown is the one item I have from them. It's a really fun burgundy and pink stripes dressing gown. You might have seen it in some of my videos. I think that is included in the Black Friday discount. I love that dressing gown. I have actually seen it is quite popular on Instagram. I see a lot of people, fashion influencers, like starting their styling videos in the dressing gown. They either do it in the burgundy and pink, or they have a green version as well. And I do see it cropping up a lot, but I love it. I think it's really cozy, it's really comfortable, and it's very unique and bright and fun, not your boring kind of black or white dressing gown. So yeah, they have that, but they also have blankets, they have scarves. I think that's how they started, was scarves and blankets. Beautiful wool, like tartan scarves and blankets. Really gorgeous if you're looking to get a scarf or update your home this season. I couldn't do a small slow fashion brands video without talking about Christy Dawn, probably my favourite slow fashion brands. They are participating in Black Friday. They actually have different deals every day for like the last couple of weeks. So you want to go and check on their website daily and see what they're offering. It's usually about 30% off certain styles. I know they had 30% off their Dawn dresses. I think yesterday they had 30% off all of their monochrome dresses, so anything black or white, or like a plain block colour. I think they had a red dress in there as well. 30% off is really good for a Christy Dawn dress. They obviously aren't cheap, so I tend to wait until the sales to purchase most of my Christy Dawn. I actually did buy one thing in their sale a few days ago. It has yet to arrive, but it's a mini dress, which I don't think I've ever tried a mini dress from Christy Dawn before, but it's one that's been on my wish list or my radar for a couple of years now. I think it released in like early 2024. It's a very like festive, wintry vibes. It's a long sleeve mini dress, and I had some points to use as well. So I got it for, it was 50% off actually. It was one of the highly discounted, so they have up to 50% off. Most is 30, but some is 50. This was 50, which took it down to like 150 from £300. And then I had some points to use in my account, so I got another $100 off, which is about £75. So I got this dress for, I think it was about £76, £77 total. Really pleased with that for a Christy Dawn dress. Hopefully I like it, because I think they are final sale when they're on offer when it arrives. But yeah, I was thrilled with that purchase. So definitely, if you've been looking at Christy Dawn, eyeing them from afar, thinking they're just a little bit too expensive, now is your time to try. And if you have any questions about sizing or fit of Christy Dawn or the styles I like, leave them down below, because I've tried so many styles from them at this point that I probably can recommend a size for you, and whether you would like the style or not. And last but not least, it isn't really a small brand. I'm cheating a little bit with this one. It's not the smallest of brands, but that's Doen. I know Doen have their sale starting today. I believe it's their Giving Thanks sale for Thanksgiving. Again, they're not a fast fashion brand, but they're probably not counted as a slow fashion brand at this point, because they have had so much success over the last few years. But I still love Doen. I buy a lot of my clothing from Doen, and again, similar to Christy Dawn, it is incredibly expensive, so getting it at a discount is, you know, how I buy most of the pieces. I do tend to wait. They have a few sales every year, but this one is probably their biggest one, so I'm hotly anticipating their sale. It's actually launching in, as I'm filming this, about 2.5 hours, so by the time you're watching this, it will already be live. I'll leave it linked down below. I'll actually leave everything linked down below. If I've shown specific pieces, I'll link those, otherwise I'll just link the brand's website. If I have any discount codes that work on top of the sale, I think that's only applicable in a couple of scenarios. The Mason Rinko, I know that does work, but if I have any others, I will leave them in the description box as well, so make sure to go there for all of your info, all of your information. And if you have any questions on any of the items I've mentioned, obviously I own things from most of these brands, so if you need tips and tricks before you place an order, then let me know in the comments down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you do consider shopping small this Black Friday. Of course, you are perfectly entitled to skip it entirely, and I wouldn't blame you at all. I think that's a very good strategy to have, but I do also think, like me, if you've had things on your wish list for a year, 2 years sometimes, and you've been waiting for that proper discount before making a purchase, then now is a really good time to do that, especially when it comes to big investment pieces like coats, bags, shoes, homeware, bedding, that kind of thing, where you really do want to get a discount on those higher ticket items. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll put a couple of videos on screen if you're not done watching. Otherwise, I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.